Hello everybody, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and today I have a little yoga practice for you that is all going to be done from seated. So if for whatever reason you do not want to or you cannot come to standing, everything that we're about to do can be done from seated on your mat. You won't need anything at all. You can use a block if you have one. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or just something to give your hips a little bit more height, but it's completely optional. If you like this video, please like it. If you would like to see more like this, please subscribe. And all that being said, let's begin. So we're going to begin in the center of our mats in seated. I'm going to take cross-legged. You can take whichever position for your feet is comfortable. You can be on your block, you can be off a block, it doesn't really matter. But sitting on the block sometimes just gives a little bit more space in the hips. It lifts the hips up, gives us a little bit more space to relax into this posture. So just find a nice, easy position for you. Feel your spine grow nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. And then just close off your eyes. Just take a few nice deep breaths here. So a few nice big inhales and exhales. Just beginning to notice how your body's feeling. Notice how you're feeling both physically and emotionally. And just preparing ourselves with some nice deep breaths to come into our practice. After your next exhale, if the eyes are closed, we can open them back up. We can start with a little bit of movement. So we're just going to start straight away with the neck. So we're just going to drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Let the shoulders be nice and soft here. So sometimes they're going to want to hunch up towards the ears. We want to keep them nice and soft. Let your head hang heavy here. Feel a nice big stretch the whole way through the left hand side of the neck. If we need a little bit more, if we want a bigger stretch, we can reach the left hand away. Reach in through the fingertips. And then maybe flex the fingertips back towards the face. Take a few deep breaths here. After your next exhale, we can drop the hand back to the knee. We can lift the head back through center and then same thing on the other side. So just drop the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Again, check in with the shoulders. Make sure they're not trying to hunch up. We want to keep them soft away from the ears. Your head is heavy here. Feeling that stretch through the right hand side of the neck. If we want a little bit more, we can reach the right fingertips away. Maybe flexing the fingertips back towards the face. Imagine we were pressing something away with the palm of the hand here. Take a nice big inhale. Full exhale. And then drop the hand back onto the knee. Lift the head back through center. And then just tuck the chin in towards the chest. So keep all of that length in through the spine, the only movement here coming from the neck, just tucking the chin in, and then maybe finding a few little half neck circles. So just rocking one ear to one shoulder, back through center, across to the other side. Just working out any little areas of tightness in the neck. The next time that the chin is in towards the chest, we can stop. We can lift the gaze back up. And we're going to release our legs. So we're going to come into a wide leg position. You can remain on your block or you can come off. I'm just going to pop off mine. And we're going to come into wide-legged position. So just take the legs as wide as feels comfortable for you. So this is wide-legged, this is also wide-legged, just as long as the legs are a little bit wider than your hips. And we can either have the knees straight or they can have a little bend in the knees. If having a bend in the knees allows you to sit a little bit taller, that's fine, work with that. And we're just going to bring the hands together in front of our heart center. I like to clasp the hands together. And we're just going to start to turn the upper body to face over the right leg. So think about almost moving the rib cage to face over that right leg. And then reaching the hands down towards the toes. Now maybe the hands don't come to the toes and that's okay. We're going to start to feel a nice big stretch up through the back of the leg. Finding space in the lower back. Once we're here, can we take it across to the other side? Again, feeling that space in through the back. Starting to feel the stretch coming in through the back of the left hamstring. And then bring it back up into center. Same thing again. We turn the rib cage, turn the upper body over the right leg, send the hands down, take it across, and then bring it back to center. Can we do it again? Can we turn it into a nice big fluid movement? So doing the exact same thing, just trying to flow through it here, making it one big movement. Can we start to link up with our breath? So can we inhale to come back? Can we exhale to swoop down and around? Exhale, down, inhale, back to center. Can we do the exact same thing? Let's just switch directions. So just switching directions of your circle, this time coming from the left toes to the right. Really starting to feel the backs of the legs opening, lots of space in the lower back. Let's take one more nice big circle wherever we are. Coming back to center, drop the hands down, and then we're just going to bring the legs together. So legs are coming together, and we're going to find our Janusarsasana here, so our forward fold over one leg. So we can start with the right knee. We're just going to bring the right knee in towards the chest, and then we're going to open the hip. So bring in the sole of the right foot somewhere along the inside of the left leg, and let that knee drop towards the side. We're going to take the hands either side of the straightened leg here. This straightened leg, it can be straight. Again, it can have a little bend in. If that lets you sit taller, that's fine. Take a nice big inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to nice and slowly just start to walk the hands down either side of that leg. Think about bringing the belly down on top of the thigh. Think about draping the upper body down over the leg and breathing here. There is going to be a point where we're going to start to find a little bit of resistance. Once we find that point, that's where we want to stop, and that's where we want to breathe and relax. So breathe here, no tension in your upper back, in your neck. Continue to let that right knee drift over towards the side. Let that right hip open. Breathing deeply here. Breathing into wherever you're feeling this the most. It could be the back of the left leg, it could be the hips, it could be the low back. Take one more nice big inhale, full exhale, and then nice and slowly start to walk the hands back up to center. We can bring the hands onto the outside of that right knee, help it to come in. We're going to keep the sole of the foot on the floor, and we're going to find a little twist. So we're going to bring the right hand out behind the hip. We're going to inhale to sit nice and tall. As we exhale, we're going to start to twist the upper body round towards the right hand side. We can have this left hand either hugging around the knee, or if we're feeling a little bit more open, we can bend at the elbow, hook the elbow onto the outside of the knee, and we can use that as a little bit of leverage to help us twist. So breathing here, think about sitting nice and tall with every inhale, twisting a little bit further with every exhale. Twisting from the belly button here, twisting great for all sorts of stuff, great for your digestion, Great for in the mornings to get everything moving. Let's take one more nice big inhale. Full exhale. And then release the arm. Slowly untwist ourselves back to center. Send the right leg out long. And then just give a little shake of the legs. Nothing fancy here, just inviting a little bit of blood flow back through the legs, up into the hips. And we do the same thing on the other side. So this time the left knee comes in, bring the sole of the foot onto the floor. And then we're going to let it drop open out towards the side. So the sole of the left foot comes somewhere along the inside of the right leg. And it doesn't matter if it's down here. It doesn't matter if it's up by the knee. Maybe it's all the way up on the inside of the thigh. Wherever it is, we want to be able to sit with a nice tall spine. We want to let that left knee drift open. And we want to have the hands either side of the straightened leg. We inhale, grow nice and tall through the spine. As we exhale, we slowly start to walk the hands down either side of the leg. Once we find that little point of resistance, that's where we want to stop. And that's where we want to let go. So think about draping your upper body down over your leg here. Breathing deeply. Feeling a deep stretch in through the back of the right leg. Let that left knee continue dropping out towards the sides. Think about all that space that you're creating in through your lower back. Release any tension from your upper back and your neck. And breathe. Ask yourself, can I drop a little bit lower towards my leg with my next exhale? Might be a micro movement, it might not even be noticeable. Take our last breath here, so a nice deep inhale, full exhale, and then nice and slowly start to walk the hands back up the leg, coming back into an upright position. We can bring the hand onto the outside of the left knee, help it to come in. Keep the sole of the foot on the floor, keep the knee bent up, and we're going to find that twist on the other side. So we bring the left hand out behind the hips, they can be up on fingertips here. We're going to hug the right arm around the knee. Inhale to sit nice and tall. Exhale to twist your upper body round towards the left. Keep breathing here. Choose what this position is going to look like for you, so we can keep the arm hugging round, or maybe we want to hook the elbow onto the outside of the knee. Twisting from our belly button, inhaling to gain length, exhaling to twist a little bit deeper. Let's take one more nice big inhale, full exhale, and then we can drop the right arm, slowly untwist ourselves back to center, and send the left leg out long to meet the right. We're going to find a quick forward fold here, so both legs are out long, they can be straight, there can be a bend in the knee. We're going to inhale to sit nice and tall, so think about making like a big letter L shape with your body. Keep your spine nice and tall. As we breathe in, can we maybe lift our hands up overhead? Inhale tall, exhale, hinge from our hips coming forward down over our legs. Once we find that point of resistance, we drop the hands and we relax. Just relax your upper body down over your legs here. Breathing nice and deeply. Never losing the breath, never holding the breath. And if you want to keep this a passive stretch, that's okay. We can just hang out here, creating space in the low back. If you want to make this more of an active stretch, I want you to think about gaining a little bit of length from the crown of your head, so growing the spine taller with every inhale, and maybe starting to come forward a little bit lower with every exhale. If we need to, we can take hold of the legs or the ankles or the feet, wherever, and use that to gently draw our upper bodies down over the legs. Let's take one more full cycle of breath. So a nice big inhale and your exhale. And then nice and slowly coming back up to seated. We're going to bend both knees, bring soles of the feet onto the floor. And we're just going to find a little seated cat-cow here. So we're going to take hold of around the knees, either in front of the knees or behind the knees, wherever works best for you. And we're just going to invite some movement in through the spine. So as we inhale, we're going to start to send the chest forward, roll the shoulders back, maybe looking slightly up. We have a little dip in our low back. As we exhale, we're going to start to tuck the chin into the chest. We're going to arch out through the upper back, maybe straighten out through the arms. And again, we inhale to roll forward, shoulders back, chest open. Exhale, chin to chest, really round it out here. Inhaling forward and exhaling under. So just linking this up in time with your own breath, finding what feels good for you here, working with your breath, working with your own body. Wherever you are, let's take one more full round. So one more inhale, one more exhale, and then we'll all meet back in center with a nice neutral spine. And then you can drop your legs down to whichever way is comfortable for you, back to cross-legged, maybe the legs come long, and we're just going to get a little bit of a stretch for the chest and the upper back here. So we're just going to start to swim the hands out behind us. And maybe we're here working on clasping the hands. And if this is where you are, that's absolutely fine. We're here working on clasping the hands. If you have the clasp of the hands quite easily, we're going to think about bringing the palms of the hands together, really rolling the shoulders back so we're nice and open through the chest. We want to start to bring the hands down towards the floor and then maybe lifting them out and away from our bodies here. Breathe nice and deeply. If this is pretty easy for you, another variation that you can take is you can either take hold of opposite elbows, again working on rolling the shoulders back and sending the elbows out and away from the body. So whichever variation you are in, whatever this looks like for you, just take a few deep breaths. Nice deep inhales and exhales. We'll take one more full round of breaths. So nice big inhale, full exhale, and release. Hands back down. Our final stretch, which technically isn't seated, but I'm going to include it anyway. We're going to come into our reverse tabletop. So we're going to bring soles of the feet once again back to the floor, and we're going to reach the hands out behind the hips. So we want palms of the hands on the floor with the fingertips facing down towards your toes. We want to have a nice firm grip on the mat. We want to have feet about hip distance apart, and we're going to be lifting the hips up towards the sky. So take a nice deep breath in to prepare. When we're ready, we're going to press in through the hands. We're going to roll the shoulders back, open the chest, start to press in through the feet, start to lift the hips up towards the sky, really opening in through the shoulders, maybe taking the gaze up nice and high. Really feel those glute muscles working here. Press the hips up nice and high. Take a full inhale, a full exhale. And then nice and slowly bring the hips back to seated. Release yourself out. If we need to, we can give a little shake of the hands, a little shake of the arms. And then rest the hands back down. And that, my friends, was your seated, almost all seated yoga practice. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Again, if you like this video, please give it a like. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and namaste.